What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. Today we're taking a look at Nawood's lightsaber. This is the Xeno V3. Recently we did take a look at the SNV4 Pro SE version, but I do think that the Xeno V3 has quite a bit more of an accurate look to Jod's lightsaber than what the SE version looks like. But today we are taking a look at the Xeno V3 and I'll show you a few of the differences between the two. Now this came over from the good folks over at Vaders Sabers. Thank you so much for sending this over for everybody to check out. I'll put a direct link down below and discount code for you if you want to check out this lightsaber or anything else over at Vaders Sabers, such as the Hex Blade, which I really love. It has over 600 pixels in it. And my newest obsession, the copper chassis, which will fit in here perfectly. I will show you this just in case you didn't see the unboxing video of this copper chassis. This thing is absolutely beautiful and it sounds so good in this hilt. And while you're at Vaders Sabers, don't forget I have 3 of my own signature lightsabers over there. We've got the Duality, we have the limited edition Shadowfall, and we have the brand new Scrap Flex lightsaber. I'll put links to everything down below if you want to check those out, along with the videos to those lightsabers if you want to check those out up close. But before we dig on into that, if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Drop on down, hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I have a lot of lightsabers coming. Let's get on in to this unboxing. Now I have everything on the table here. Let's move out this box so we can see everything. Now you can get this lightsaber with or without blades, which if you have a lot of blades laying around, I have a ton of blades obviously from reviewing over the years, but I know a lot of you have 2, 3, 4, 5 different lightsabers and you may have gotten blades with those. I'm actually going to be using the Hex Blade. I'll put a link to this down below as well, but if you have some extra blades laying around, save yourself a few bucks and go without the blade. Let's see what we got here. We do obviously have the Nawood lightsaber, and we do get a screen accurate blade plug, which we can clearly see in one of the scenes when a lightsaber is sitting on the floor. Love that. Then we also get an Allen key and some extra retention screws, our USB charging cable. Do get a full manual book to go through. Definitely go through it, learn the hilt and everything. I'll show you a couple things on this video, and you will get a nice acrylic stand for display, which looks really nice. It's always really nice to have something for display. Now the one cool thing about this lightsaber, it does come with a swap out button here. So this one actually lets light through. So if you want your button to glow a little bit, which I always like these little accent things, but it does come with a version that won't glow. It's just a solid red piece. So if you don't want your button to light up, you can swap out into this. For me, I like the accent lights and stuff like that, so I'm gonna leave this on there. Now let me give you a quick side-by-side. I'm not gonna dig too far into this because I don't know if they've updated this other version here, but this is what I have at hand. I know some of you did pick this up after I reviewed this one. Now right off the back, you can see that the SE version had a black button and the Xeno V3 has a red button and also has a swap out. So if you want it to just be red, it could be red or you can leave that. The goals are slightly different. They're almost exactly the same. This is slightly darker, but this ring over here is more of a coppery brown along with this bottom piece, where they didn't do that over here or over here. Now I also have seen some shots of the so-called prop in, I guess, Lucasfilm's display somewhere where it didn't have these kind of gold or, brown coppery accent pieces. But from what I can tell in the show, it does. But I've said this so many times, they make multiple versions of props on sets. So when you're looking for accuracy, you have to ask yourself, what version do you want? You know what I mean? Do you want more of the one that has electronics in it? Do you want the belt hanger, which could be a resin version? I mean, it's so hard to say what is really screen accurate because I see multiple versions of every lightsaber. Over here, you could see that the top emitter area does have a bit more of it's more bubbled out. That's a big difference because this version, everything's a lot more flush. You can see like the emitter area is just kind of straight out, and this is a lot more flush on here. So these things are slightly different sizes. This here is wider on the Xeno V3 than it is on the SE version. This is virtually the same. This is pretty much the same. This is pretty much the same. Now, where we change things up again, let me see if I could zoom in a little bit more. We get down into this area here, which is very different. you can maybe see over here, let me see if I can get a little bit closer. We've got these kind of designs, this like kind of like dip here, and on the front we've got this little circular edge there. See that? And on this one, which I do believe is a lot more accurate, does not have any of that. And as far as the pommels go, they're very similar. This one sticks out a little bit. This is the Xeno V3 to let the audio out, and this kind of had more of just a slit around the side. You can actually even open this up and take that off if you wanted to, and just let the audio venting out. Now, on the Xeno V3, you could also do the same thing. Open that on up, and you can let out a lot more sound. All right, let me open this bad boy up for you so you can see all the internals here. We do have the standard gold chassis here, which we have our SD card right there on the back. Flip that around, we have our 18650 battery, our charging port, and we do have a kill switch. And then when you power it on, we are lined with some LEDs all around the body. Now here's where the upgrade can come if you want to spend a little extra money and get something that is just killer. Here's the standard chassis. Now, if you haven't seen the review, this is the brand new copper chassis. It has a spinning crystal chamber in it. It's got etchings. We have BB-8 over here and R2 on the back there. We've got LEDs lining the whole side and a much better audio system in here. I don't know what they did, but the audio coming out of the copper chassis is fantastic. So inside there, we do have that beautiful spinning crystal area. I know some of these doors, I've seen these doors open up. I haven't figured them out, and I don't want to mess with them because I don't want to break anything. But we have all the LED lights around the side. And of course, unstable. They do react to the blades themselves. Now, it's a little hard to hear when they're not in the hilt itself because you get all that resonance from the hilt. But let me show you them side by side, just as is what the audio sounds like, and then I'll put them in this hilt one at a time. So here is the standard. And here is the copper. Way more robust of a sound. Same sound font. Right, here's the standard. I mean, it's not bad, you know. And here is the copper chassis. Much bigger sound. So anyway, I'll put a direct link to that down below if you want to check that chassis out. But let's pop this chassis back in here, the standard chassis, because I want to make sure that I update the Xeno V3 that's in here and make sure we are all good. All right, so we're going to open up the Xeno Configurator app, and this is just standard practice for me. Every time I review a lightsaber that's a Xeno V3, I always go on in and update the firmware if there is updates to be done. So let's click on into the saber and get this hooked in, confirm. And then we're going to flip over to the last page, click on here, and see if we have any updates. All right, so we have an update. Let's get this thing updated. And then once this is updated, I'm just going to adjust for my blade size. The Hex blades are 32 inches long.
Beginning update. Update successful.
All right, so we are updated. Again, this only takes a couple of minutes to do. Now we're gonna have to turn everything back on.
Power on. App connected.
All right. Now let's go on into page 2 and adjust for our blade size. Now a 32-inch blade usually sits in at about 115. Light effect and more. So we can click on into that, and this is our hum effect. I don't know why they just don't call it a blade style, but it's called the hum effect. So let's go into hum light effect, and one is the Fire Blade. I do tend to go with the Fire Blades or the Pulse Blade. I'm hoping that Xeno puts in a nice Flicker Blade soon, because that's really the only thing that this is missing. Now on the bottom there we have like 8 versions of styles here at the Fire Blade.
Steady. Unstable. Rainbow Blade. Candy Blade. Pulse. Flash Blade.
So I usually leave it on either Fire or Pulse. Under that you have your Force light effects. There's a couple of different versions of those, so you can definitely dig in a couple of different flash on clashes and stuff like that. And then over here on the top, which I really love the fact that they added this, it's out time and in time. So basically what that is how fast your blade's going to come in and out. And for a while it wasn't there. You actually had to go into the codes and you had to, you know, change the number of the code to how fast or how slow you wanted it to come out. I love the fact that they added that in here. Now this is pretty fast. Now you can see if you go in here and you go into out time, we can change out time, which is on right now 200. Let's say we wanted to slow it down. Let's go to 600. There you go. And then you have your color change here. This is the infinite color. It just scrolls and fades between all the colors. On top of that, you have your hard colors, which you can see it just kind of bangs through the colors much faster rather than fading through. And you can turn that off. And then on top, you can really kind of fine tune whatever color you want in real time. So you have this great color wheel over here, or you have all the numbers if you really wanted to dig in there for a specific color. Now in your second menu, I always click on countdown, because the countdown is going to put another beep on the hilt itself for your menu system. Every time you do anything here, always click on save. So that extra beep for the countdown is this. That first beep is bloop.
Low volume.
For the hilt menu, it's super simple with that beep. The first beep is volume, which you just heard. 2 beeps is your blade style.
Steady. Unstable.
3 beeps is the blade ignition styles.
Broken ignition. Photon ignition.
4 beeps is to change your font.
Whispers of power.
Now you can also change your font by holding it upside down and twisting counterclockwise.
Feel the chosen. New horizon. The dark sword.
So by using the 4 count, it's going to go one direction. By flipping it upside down, giving a twist, is going to go back in the other direction. So if you miss a font, you can always use that to get back to it.
The protector.
So we obviously have our twist ons and twist off. We got our blaster deflex, flash on clash, lock up. Here we have our accent swings.
The Dark Lord revisited. The Learner.
This one sounds really good. So tight in here. All right, my friends, I think that is about it. This is the Xeno V3 Jod Nawood lightsaber from the Skeleton Crew. Thank you so much to Vaders Sabers for sending this on over for everybody to check out. Drop on down below. Let me know what you think of this lightsaber down in the comments, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. And as always, a special thank you to all of my YouTube channel members. All right, I'll see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.